Hi guys, Rose here with the Cackling Moon. This is going to be a client's love reading. This is going to be the last mini size love reading that I'll be offering in the shop. I'm doing some changes around with the services that I'm offering and the prices and whatnot. So this will be the last mini size love reading. All of my love readings will be available in full size. And I'm going to go based on the number of questions clients ask, because I do tend to get some clients that'll ask multiple questions for a reading, and rather than rather than charging you guys based on the size of the reading, which is like how many cards I pull, I'm going to go based on the length of time and the number of questions. So it's just something I'm switching up. I'm trying to match my services with the services that I offer in the shop. I just kind of want stuff to be along the same, you know, have a balance. So that is what I'm going to be working on. So if you guys notice changes in the Cackling Moon shop, that's what's going on there. And yeah, so that was just a little bit, a quick little update for you guys, because I just wanted to make sure everyone was in the know of what was going on. Okay, so let's get started. I have the Waite Tarot here, and the question for the reading is, Rose, I purchased the reading. I also for the reading, I just wanted to know about my marriage. I know I'm not the perfect wife, but sometimes I feel like we are just together just to be together, if I make sense. Sometimes I feel stuck in this marriage. I'm really very grateful for your reading and your guidance. So, thank you very much. So we're going to be looking into your marriage, basically. We're going to be pulling cards to see what's going on with your marriage and, you know, what does Spirit have to say about all of that. I feel right now like what I just heard is familiarity and repetition. So I'm going to take a jump, like a little jump at my what I think it is before the cards even say so. But I'm thinking it's you guys are in a space where you're already so familiar with one another and you know each other's ways, you know each other's habits, that, you know, things are just kind of boring, to be honest. I feel like there needs to be an element of passion to come into it. So we'll see if that comes through with any Wands cards. You know, a lot of times, because I know for your situation, I know you have kids, so I can't speak for myself saying I know how it is when I would to have kids, because I don't have any of my own. But I can only imagine that when you're married, I know from my experience, when you're married or when you've been with someone for a long time, because my husband and I have been together 10 years, but we've been married 2 years, you know, things become familiar. You just become very used to each other's habits and each other's routines, and work becomes a routine, and your daily life is a routine, and there's no excitement, there's no element of love and passion if you're not trying to have that there. So things can go sour, things can get boring, for sure. I mean, I've had that happen to me before, and, you know, those are just little things that you got to work out, but we'll see what, we'll see what pops through. The cards are going everywhere, so I'm going to take that as a sign that it's stopped. Okay, so let's see here. There's our Wands cards. We have a Knight of Wands, 3 of Wands, a Page of Cups, the 2 of Swords, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm definitely seeing the elements here of, they're all 4 elements are here, which is really cool. Really good for you to know. Oops. Sorry about that. Sometimes my computer does a glitch and then it pauses the reading, so I'm hoping that the video didn't mess up too much, the previous one, but here we go. Okay. So let me flip these over so you can see them, because I'm seeing a Knight of Wands and a 3 of Wands. So there's that. And then there was the Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. So right off the bat, just by like taking a look at your whole reading, I am seeing all 4 elements. I'm also seeing the desire for new goals, the desire for some new activities to take place. I feel like one of you feels like you've been left behind a lot. That's also coming up here with the Three of Wands. So I'm feeling like one of you, maybe you or him, is feeling like you're left behind while the other one is off doing their thing. You know, this can ring true for you as well, because I believe, if I'm correct, that you do stay home to watch the kids and do, you know, you're doing the mom thing. So I feel like for you, perhaps you feel left out of the loop when your husband takes off for work and he's having a social life at work. You don't have much of that going on because you're home taking care of the kids. So perhaps you have that desire. You want to go out. You want to, you know, go do things and have fun and enjoy your time alone with your husband from time to time. But he may be tired because he's constantly working. So as a Knight of Wands card, that would make sense why he would pop up as a Knight of Wands. He's a worker. He's a hard worker. He's always on the go. He's always got something going on. He has plans. He has a lot going on in his life. More so for you, I'm seeing as a Page of Cups, because I think of the court cards as the characters in the reading. So the Page of Cups, I'm going to go ahead and assume is you, and the next card, both sides, the Page of Cups, with the Two of Swords, makes me feel like for you, you're definitely feeling rather just kind of blocked. I want to say unappreciated. I want to say like you feel he's not appreciating you. He's not seeing the hard work that you do. He's not seeing, you know, what you put into this relationship. That, you know, there's times where it's just like you're there, but you're not. So that Two of Swords is also making me feel like you feel invisible, or you feel very just blocked. Like he's not listening. He's not hearing you. The conversations kind of run dry, that kind of thing. The Page of Cups is I feel your desire for an activity of your own. So I feel like you're desiring something to do with yourself, with your life. That is you. It has no association with your kids. It has no association with your husband. It is completely an activity for you to do and to go on and have fun with and whatnot. So I feel like that's something you're also desiring, but I feel like you almost have to ask him for permission for you to do this. It's like, is it okay if I go do my own thing over here? Because you have the responsibility of taking care of the children. You know, and that might also set you back. You know, you may feel like you're not able to do things because of those responsibilities, yet he's able to leave the house and go do his thing because he works. So it kind of feels, I feel like the vibe I'm getting is because he's the one bringing in the money, he has to say so. And where you are, you know, doing the other activities here at home, which is a lot of hard work, he doesn't really see it as a legit job. He sees it as easy, you know, you've got an easy life. And I feel like that might be where the feeling of unappreciativeness comes from, because that's what I'm vibing with right now. The Ace of Pentacles at the top is the desire for to bring something new into the relationship. It's a new beginning. It's starting fresh. I feel like this is kind of like your last, like the last straw for you. You kind of put in a lot of effort. You've always been the one to hand over your feelings and to tell him this is what's going on. You kind of want to see it reciprocated. I feel like you kind of want him to be involved. It's really interesting to me that the Knight of Wands is facing away from the rest of the cards. Kind of like he's off in his own world. He's doing his own thing. He's not really paying attention to what's going on over here. So again, I do feel like it's neglect. I feel like it's like he has his own thing going on, and you're bored. You know, you kind of want that passion, that excitement. So because I have time, I'm going to pull extra cards for you. Woo. I'm going to pull extra cards for you, and I want to see what you guys can do to get back to where you once were, you know. And I always tell people in relationship readings, when you want your relationship to go back to how it used to be, you have to tap back into that mindset that you guys were at when you first started dating. You know, when you have kids and whatnot, you have all these responsibilities and, you know, deadlines and just things to do, bills and whatnot. But when you were first dating, you had a different heart at the time. So it's kind of like tapping back into that energy. What can happen? So we have the Eight of Cups, the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. Very interesting. There's your Desire card. Now, see, this is really interesting to me. Yeah, the fear of, okay, so this is really interesting to me, and I'm going to call it out because I see it. I'm going to say that you're asking this question. I feel like there's someone, I don't want to say that there's someone else involved, but I want to say that there is a potential interest in somebody else, or there was someone else that was kind of getting your attention. And maybe this is why you started feeling this way and you were having these questions about your marriage. So I'm going to put it out there. I remember when you messaged me and you said, you know, you're nervous for your reading because you know that I was going to be straightforward. Yeah, I am very straightforward, and I'm seeing it right now. So I'm seeing that you have the initial desire to walk away from everything that you've built with this husband, with this family. That's what this Eight of Cups is, you know, the desire to walk away from that. We have a King of Wands next to that, which is obviously your husband because he was coming up as a Knight of Wands. So I'm seeing that as your desire to walk away, or your willingness to walk away and to give it all up. You know, all of those years that you guys have put together, you're really ready to walk away from it if you feel like you need to. The fact that the King of Pentacles came up is the card that's making me wonder if there was someone else involved. Is there another interest? Is there somebody that you're potentially crushing on, or someone that you're just interested in, perhaps someone you met or you've been talking to? Because I see this Eight of Wands. It's interesting that there's an 8 and an 8. The Eight of Wands, this is kind of like your alter ego here, is saying, like, if you're ready to just jump into this new relationship, if this doesn't work out, it's kind of like you're already setting that comfort, that pillow for you to fall on when things don't go right here. You're ready to jump into something new. That's what I'm seeing there. The Three of Wands card came up again. This was your desire. This was your feeling, the desire for something new. But this was also the one that was making me feel like you or him was feeling like you were left behind. I'm starting to think it's you now. You are the one that's left behind. You're one feeling forgotten or neglected. You're the one that's searching, because he's searching technically in the Three of Wands. He's searching. He's watching what's going on beyond him. Maybe that's where this guy came into play. You know, you were innocently somewhere out and about or online, and someone else came into the picture, perhaps. Now, next we have the Three of Swords next to the Four of Swords. So this is an indication to me that your need or your desire or your curiosity of ending the relationship and walking away from your marriage has been heavily on your heart. I do not see this as the complete conclusion. I do not see it as you're going to break up. I just see it as this has been on your mind, it's been on your heart, and it's weighing heavily. So it's giving me like that feeling of just a heavy emotion. It's on your heart constantly. You're always thinking about walking away, but you feel very regretful of having those feelings because you have children with this person. Okay. The Four of Swords beside it is, and beside the Three of Wands altogether, is telling me you need to take some time to really think about it. You don't want to spontaneously jump into something new or to run away into a new predicament. You don't want to be, you know, you don't want to just take take chances right off the bat without thinking them through, is what I'm trying to say. I really love how I laid out the cards. I do that. I tend to do that, you guys, is when I'm pulling cards, I lay them out intuitively. Like they just fall on the table how I need to have them. And it's interesting that this batch is separated by this batch because I'm seeing this as another person. So I just wanted to point that out as well. For those of you who like to watch my readings and kind of learn for yourself how to read, I lay out the cards. This is not a specific spread. This is just me putting them out on the table. And then this is grouped over here because to me this is a separate message. And then over here, you know, we have the fear card. My fear card is always at the very bottom of the deck, and your fear card is the 10 of Cups. And it's really interesting to me that that comes up because we're talking about marriage. We're talking about family. You don't want to lose the family. You don't want to lose the family dynamic, the togetherness. You don't want to lose, you know, the happiness. Your kids, you don't want them to grow up without a mother or a father, or, you know, either or whatnot, to be confused or to be conflicted about it. So you do take your children seriously, their feelings when it comes to your own happiness. And I do feel like a lot of people do that. I feel like a lot of people can relate, where they will remain in marriages that they are not happy or fulfilled in because of their children. And as much as I agree with that, I see it a different way because I don't have kids of my own. So I guess I have that ability to think from the other side. Maybe once I have kids, if I ever do, you know, I'll finally understand the way some of you guys think. But from my perspective, even though, you know, you have children and you need to put their feelings, take their feelings into consideration, you also have to think about yourself. And you are involved in this marriage, you know, and this is your life. You wake up every morning next to this person. And if you're not happy and you're not fulfilled, why are you doing that to yourself? Those are things that I feel, those are questions you have to ask with this Four of Swords card. Okay. I really feel like that is something that you need to consider. It's not a light subject. It's something you definitely need to put time and thought into, taking your time because it's a Four of Swords energy. But this is something that's heavily on your heart. It's something you're not proud of. It's something that you're embarrassed to even admit, because ultimately you want people who know you to think that your marriage is happy. And sometimes it's not. And if there is another interest, you know, don't feel guilty about it as long as you're not acting on it when you're still involved with your husband. But if there is another interest, understand that you are human. We have eyes, and we have eyes that wander, and sometimes that thing happens, you know. So there's nothing wrong with that as long as you don't act on it when you know you shouldn't. Okay. The final card in this spread is the Lover's card, which is really interesting to me because we're talking about your relationship. We're talking about the fear of losing that family dynamic. All you want is love. All you want is to have a relationship that is fulfilling and rewarding. All you want is to have someone, a partner that you can trust, that you have security with, that understands you, and that you guys are both equal, because I see a lot of unbalancedness when I'm thinking about your relationship. I'm seeing a lot of he's not appreciating you as much as he should. He doesn't realize or acknowledge a lot of the hard work that you are doing in this relationship. And he has the ability to escape. You know, he can escape the family life by going to work. And that's easy for him. But when you're the one that's left behind taking care of the kids and everything else, it's a job in itself. And I feel like he's not appreciating it as much as he should. So he needs to be the one to kind of turn around and understand and face the problems, you know, and see you for what you're doing. And I feel like he's not doing that. So that's what I see there. You know, I know I said this was a mini reading, but I feel really, really called to pull more cards. So I'm just going to pull a couple more. And I want to do like an outcome message. And I'm going to do 2 outcome message. I'm going to do 1 if you stay and 1 if you go, because I feel like you kind of need that direction. And we're just going to go from there. Understand that outcome messages can change, just like future messages. Anything can change with a decision or a action that you take in the present. So Just because an outcome here shows up like this doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just something to kind of get your mind going. So the first cards I'm going to pull, actually let me divide it. This is going to be the outcome if you stay. This is going to be the outcome if you go. Okay? So if you stay in this marriage, we have that Three of Wands again. I'll put it so it's facing you. So if you stay, we have the Three of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords, and we have the World card. And your fear card is Three of Cups. So if you stay in this marriage as of right now, because I'm saying this can change, as of right now, the energy that I'm seeing is you're still going to be wondering. You're still going to be feeling the same feelings that you have. Those will never go away unless you address them and you do something about it. So that's going to come back to you. That's going to be another cycle. I'm seeing with the World card, I'm seeing the World card as a cycle. It's like an endless cycle of feelings, worries, you know, things, questions. It's going to be around and around and around. You're just going to go through it over and over again. And then the Nine of Swords, the stress. You're still going to be feeling the stress. It's funny that the fear card is coming up as a Three of Cups because that's my indication of the fear of foul play. And the foul play can be some sort of an affair. And this can be on your part or his part. But it's an affair. So I'm seeing it as an affair. I'm seeing the Three of Cups as the fear of, you know, if you remain in this marriage and nothing happens, he doesn't change, you don't change, you guys don't work together, there's no communication, you're going to fall into this cycle all over again where you're going to be going through the same things. And then you never know. One of you may tap out and say, you know what, enough's enough. I need my own excitement. I need someone who appreciates me. And you're going to fill a void. And that's where the affair comes into play. Okay? So that's what I'm seeing with that. Now, let's see if you were to walk out of this relationship. We have the Emperor, the Knight of Pentacles, which is very interesting because we have that King of Pentacles. So if there is someone else involved or there is someone you were interested in, that person's popping up again. I'm just going to say it. And then we have the Ace of Wands. And then, oh, sorry, the Fear card. We have the Six of Pentacles. Very interesting to me. So automatically I'm seeing this as a passion. This other person that you may be interested in, if there is someone else around, or perhaps this could be that person stepping in that would, you know, I'm just saying, this person is more stable, they're more mature, they have their life more together, they seem to be a little bit more of a fit for you, as far as the way you're seeing them, because the Emperor card to me is stability. This is someone who would be a protector, who would take care of you. It's very appealing to you. The Knight of Pentacles in the middle is just telling me that that is definitely that King of Pentacles that we saw in the first spread before. So it's definitely that same person. And then the Ace of Wands is indicating to me it would be a very highly charged sexual energy. So the attraction that there is between you and that person is sexual attraction. There's a lot of high charged attraction there. And if the two of you were to get together, you know, it would be one of those things where it would be really hard to keep your hands off one another, which is probably why you're asking the question and, you know, you just have a lot of doubt in you. You're confused. But I do see it as a very high charged sexual relationship, lots of attraction. But I also see the Ace of Wands as the new beginnings of new goals, a new inspiration. So, you know, there's definitely a brighter side to this possibility. The Fear card with this, though, is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel like you're going to fear, will you have enough money to support your family if you were to step out of this relationship? Because like I said, I don't believe you're working. I believe you are a stay-at-home mom, but I could be wrong. But I feel like the initial fear of walking away from your marriage is, will you be able to support your family? Will you be able to, you know, make ends meet and do all that? So I feel like that's what the Six of Pentacles is saying. What a powerful reading. I feel like the messages just flowed, and I don't know if it's because it's like the morning and this is like the first thing I'm doing, or or I'm just totally connecting with you, but I feel very, very positive about the messages. I would really love to hear back from you to see, you know, if this Knight of Pentacle, this King of Pentacle person exists. I hope that this reading kind of gave you some insight. Let me know if you have any questions. And anyone who's watching, this is a love reading. They are available in my shop. Check it out, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.